Hello everybody, so this is the 5th unit of the Tuscarora course that I'm making, and I want to go over my reasoning for why I translate these things a certain way. So currently in this language, the three sources that I have, just before we get started, I just want to introduce you to the sources because I've been talking about these on social media, but I haven't actually showed them. I've only shown like pictures. So this is the Tuscarora dictionary. This is by Mr. Blair Roots, who's no longer with us, but he did a lot of work for Tuscarora as well as Caroline Algonquin and Powhatan as well. And this is what I use to get words out. I like this dictionary because it gives way more priority to the Tuscarora than it does to the English. The English section is not that long. It's like basic terms, but the Tuscarora section is like it makes up most of this dictionary. So it's very good for that. And you're going to see this a lot. This is actually one of the words in the dialogue. Nehath. So you see that there's more examples in the Tuscarora section that you can see than there are in the English section. They usually only give one example. And this is the grammar I'm using, so I have to figure out like where, what when a joiner is required, which is basically just to make it sound better. And then we also have this right here. Blair Roots also did work on this as well with another linguist, as far as I understand. And this is probably one of the only long-running texts in Tuscarora. This is like a mixture of like 20 different stories. There's another document. This is only half of the document, but this is going to be very invaluable. But this is like actual Tuscarora being used by like natives that was recorded. Some of these go back to the 1800s, but I haven't started these yet because I'm trying to do image analysis, but it's not going so well. So I'm gonna have to write these out personally. And then you also have to deal with the fact that there's variances. These are literally three different people. Three different ways you can say it from three different people. It's like, yes, it's the same thing essentially, but three different people say it in three different ways with different sounds essentially. So I haven't gotten to this yet, but I want to because it's going to be invaluable for learning Tuscarora. But obviously the grammar and the dictionary are fine as well. I just wanted to show that real quick before we get started. But here, so you can see the translation on the lines, and I have put pluses and minus symbols on these so that you can it'll help to understand the word. Because if I just write them all, you'll be like, where does it end? I mean, I could put these in my morpheme analysis tool, and you're more than welcome to put these in the morpheme analysis tool, especially once you understand how the words are graded, because the whole point of this operation, this langshack operation, is to simplify these kinds of languages for people, because I love these kinds of languages, and nobody knows, like, I'm not gonna say nobody knows, but very few people know how to like make this stuff work, or very few people are willing to actually put the elbow grease in to like go through these things. And for me, it just comes naturally to like, I don't know, putting things together just comes to me naturally, and this is one of the things I'm really good at putting together. So anyway, moving on. So Chuen, hi. This is just a general word. We covered this in an earlier unit of Tuscarora that I did. Kasane Alex. Okay, so this is made up of two parts. Okay, basically, essentially the same line as this. So, Usane is name. That's the nominalized version of name. Hossein is one of the roots that just means name. But in Tuscarora, you have to turn the word into. You have to turn the stem into the part of speech that it's going to represent in the sentence and the context you're using it in. So this Hassan, this means name. Like the root means name. If you go look up this in the dictionary, this is how it's going to come up. There's also another root that I didn't use, but there's two ways to say name. This is the noun form also from the dictionary using rules. So you could put the oo and you put the a at the end. Okay. and then you put Alex. So Tuscarora does have ways to like render names, like Wirun for William, for example, and there's like other ways to say it. And also the Rude's dictionary also has these. They also have renderings for some names as well. Not all of them, but some. And then you can also find others and examples. So this part right here, this is essentially it. So yo is it. Sometimes this comes up as just O. And I believe this is the same root, the same O that's at the front of this, because this is an inanimate now. So this is just a catch-all general pronoun that you could put in front of these things, and there's usually a glottal stop in front of this, from what I understand. Yo ne, but yo is it. This ne achith or ne hahith. These are circumfixes. So ne by itself means apart, as you saw in that, as you just happened to see in the dictionary I showed you just a minute ago. This wraps around the object. So this is the you in nice to meet you. So essentially, let's go through the order of what of like where nice to meet you is. Okay, each part. Okay, so this is essentially it is nice to meet you. It's implied. It is nice is implied in the Tuscarora. So this is it. It is nice to meet. Okay, to meet. This whole thing is to meet you. Those are the th, and sometimes it's a hus. It just depends on the context where you're at. I don't have the rules for that yet, but sometimes, and some speakers will say ch, some speakers say hs, and oftentimes this is th. Th seems to be the most common, so that's what I've used here, because I do have to like figure out one way to say things as I'm learning. But it's up to you how you want to say it. This is not a standardized language, but for the sake of these lessons, I'm going to go with one way of saying things to keep it simple for myself. Unless we're talking about different roots like Hassan for name and other ones. And then, so that's essentially that. So this means good. I also had to put the joiner in between these because this is like for the sake of making it sound better. So this is Yo'oneth, Yo'oneth achith aquasta is essentially how it would be. So if you just have to kind of say each part. So Yo'oneth achith aquasta. And this is, for all intents and purposes, this is going to be the serial or the ongoing. So if you have a general present tense action that you're doing, something that's happening right now, it's ongoing at this moment, or something that you keep on doing over and over again, or that you do on a regular basis, you use this. It's essentially just a glottal stop, like in uh-oh. So quasta, quasta, it is good. So Yo'oneth ahitha quasta. Okay. Yo'oneth achitha quasta. It's nice to meet you. Okay, and the same for this. Chuen Alex Kosune Sarah Yo'oneth, or I forgot to put that here, sorry. Yo'oneth achith quasta se'echi. So se'echi means to or also. Okay, it's a standalone word, just like most of the adverbs and stuff like that are. And then down here we have ka. Ka means where, or can. And then fareku. So fareku means to come from. It literally means to come from a place. Okay, because there's no way to like just say that this is where you are from. There's no list of phrases I have seen, and there's no phrase book that I know of where it's just like, this is how you say, where are you from? There's no way. So there's two ways to say come from, as far as I know. As you can see here, I have also provided this way as well, and that, and fawenene. So you could say can't, fawenene, or you could say can't fariku Sarah, and then you would put Sarah at the end. Or you could say Can't fare ku, huh, Sarah? And huh is like as you see here is also a where did I hit? This must have been a mistake. I don't know why it says I have in this. I don't even know how to say I have in Tuscarora. Don't know where I got that from. Maybe somebody added that. I don't know. There could be people using the system anytime, so it's just but I didn't add that, so I'll figure that out later. Don't worry about it. And then on here, so the ke right here, this is from. This can also be used for, for on or off. It's a general locative word, location word. But this right here, Kane'enu is New York City. Kane'enu. There's not words for all the countries, cities. But because this is in New York State and the Tuscarora Nation, or rather the bulk of it now, the modern nation is in New York State, they're going to have a name for New York City. So, Kane'enu. So, Kane'enu ke. So New York from, and then you see this areku again, areku from, and then kiareku. So this is the joiner. So the ya is a joiner to make the y, to make the k go well with the ah sound. So, and this is just how the dictionary had it. So I just saw the only example that I could see for this was like nawak or nawa, and this is for like the third person. So I was like, okay, well, might as well go ahead and put that in front of this, and we can correct it later. It's fine. I can't tell you what the function of this is. I'm just going on the examples I have available in front of me. Okay, so nawak. Nawak kiareku. Tisna eth. So tisna is and. It's just a general conjunction word for and. So it's just a general word for and. As sorry for the finicky mouse. Got to get a new one of these. Keep having bad luck with mice. But it's all good, doesn't matter. And this is also a standalone word for you. There's a couple others as well, but this is one, eth. So Kane'enu from New York City. I'll just say from NY, so you don't even need to worry about having all that other stuff. And then this is I am from New York. And then, so utane is the word for a settlement. This is actually an Algonquin word that is in this language. But seeing as how the Tuscarora Nation was always right next door to like the Powhatan Nation in Virginia and the Virginia part, or next to the Carolina Algonquins, or one of the many offshoots of those tribes, or one of the sub-tribes, it's not crazy that this is the word for a settlement. I don't know what the Iroquois word is for it, or if they have another one, but according to the dictionary that Blair Roods made, this is the only way to say it. So you could just say Chicago ke, Nakiaraku, or Nakiaraku. Could be either. I'm just kind of keeping my mind open until I get more evidence about this. So Nawakiaraku, Tawente, what? Tawente is what? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to fix this mouse issue real quick. Okay. Usually when I plug this mouse in, it works better. Anyway, so we have Tawente. Tawente means what? So Tawente, Thierha hen. So this is a combination of th. So th is, as discussed above, the same th that's in this line right here. This is you. So you do cereal. So what do you do, ongoing? What do you do in the present? What do you do right now? So yerha or erha. This is to do, right? So that could be, you could also say there's a word for work, yune, right? The one that's right here. So you could say this for work. I mean, you could say what do you work? Like what do you work as? But this is like what do you do? This is also the way to say what are you doing right now. So tawente, thayerha, thayerha, thayerha. I need to stop pronouncing it like that. Thayerha. And then I'm a student. So this is a joiner to make it sound better for the a that goes in front of it. So the k at the beginning is always a first person singular pronoun. So kiari hunti, I am a student. So ari hunti is a student. And tisna, so let's just do this. Hold on. I need to. This works great on mobile, but it's not working on this. Okay. Let's see if I can do it one more time. Nope. Okay. That's another bug I gotta fix. So this is ari hunting. So ka'ari, ka'ari hunting, even though I'm still getting used to this. Tisnet, the same right here. Tisnet, this is supposed to have a glottal stop after it. Tisna eth and you, and I'm not sure if this is how they would actually say it, but like I said, we just gotta ramp through this, okay? We gotta use these words, we gotta bring this language back. So I work as a barista, so obviously there's no word for a barista. But what we can do, because I don't know how to create a noun that means that thing. But what we can do is, this is the word for prepare. Okay, so or to prepare or to like make ready. Okay, essentially you make coffee ready. I make coffee ready. Okay, and you could say like as your job. You could say koni. Koni means koni means as. So you could put the word for work yuune if you really wanted to. So you could say koni yuune, right? Or kani or kani uyuune, which you would have to nominalize that to work, right? To as a job. So kani uyuune kakahwi achi quest. So quest is good, and I'm not sure what achi is, but k is I, kahwi is coffee, achi quest is to prepare or make ready. So I make coffee, like I prepare coffee for people. I work as a barista. Okay, and then this is made up of two parts. So th is obviously you again, and this the is a joiner, right? Because I'm not gonna just do thun, because there needs to be a vowel there. And then nurakwa is to like or to love. So nurakwa, to like, and then I put this ya here to make it sound okay for the next part. This part right here, and ananyar. So ananyar means to look or to watch, but it also means to study. Okay, there's two words for study. This is one of the two words for study. So it's like studying what's around your environment, stuff like that. But you can also use it for studying in the modern day as well. So ananyar to study, and then the os. This is just a joiner plus the serial. So in general, do you like to study? So fanurekwa yanyar os. And then on this next one, nawes, I enjoy it. Nawes kan, and then this is again I enjoy it. So this comes from this right here. I'm not sure if this T is a part of that or if that's just an aspect that's from the dictionary. But Ananas is enjoy yourself. I think this is a reflexive, if I'm not mistaken, the ane part, or it might be on, something like that, but I will have to confirm this. But this whole verb right here, kananes, yeah, I enjoy it. There may need to be a aspect here. I didn't put that on here. I failed to put aspects on a lot of these. These need to have, like, all verbs have to have either this or the past, like basically like how it happened or when it happened. That needs to be in the verb, but that's fine. We're just getting started. No worries. Eth, yeah, I enjoy it. Nawes, kanananes, eth. Again, you should be familiar with this from the last line. Fanurekha, or fanurekha yune. So, do you like your job? Yune is simply the stem of job or work, and this is already do you like your job? So emphasizing that you like your job. Usually, this type of thing is not needed, but I didn't want to repeat tisna eth. And then on this one, it's fun. So this one is kind of difficult because we don't have a word for fun, but we have a word for amusement. Amusement is a synonym of fun. So what I did here was, this is the dative. This is essentially saying to or for you. Okay, so it's fun to me. So essentially, this means it is amusing. It is amusing to me. This, in these languages, you can't think of this as amusement. Oh, it's a noun. You can't think of it that way. You have to think of this as, this is a root that means it has something to do with amusement, which has to do with fun. So you have to repurpose it. It's like, yeah, you could say, like, I enjoy myself doing that. You could say ananas, but if you have an exact word that's like more exact, I would rather do that. So this is wa. Wa is, oftentimes you get non-human objects that start with that, like wakwast can mean it's good, and I've repurposed it for cool, like it's good. I'm not really sure how else I would say that, but this is it is to me, right? To or for me, right? So the ka is me, and this is just saying that something is happening to someone, right? There's a object in there that's involved that is happening to someone or for someone, right? So awan hek it's gonna take a little while to say, but it's fun. This is a joiner to make the w be able to go in front of the k, same as in here, wakwast. So walk awan hek chre fe. It's fun. I love coffee, so kahwi kanorekwa. I like it. I don't have a lot of time left, so we're gonna make this quick. So wakwast, it's cool. Okay, this is maybe. So tachi, maybe. Stan, and I'm not sure how to say time yet. I didn't get a chance to look that up yet. But stan is like specific. Literally, it means like some specific. Stan, time, and this means someday. But I'm going to repurpose it for some time because we don't know when that's going to happen. We're not sure when these people are going to meet, right? They could meet next week. They may never meet. It could just be something. They could be talking on the phone, and it's like, yeah, someday we should meet. So I put that sometime because we don't know, right? And I'm assuming you could do like sten iskakien, like some specific sometime. Like you could probably do that. I'm not sure. And then this is yukti. Yukti is the first person plural, right? So yukti, and the T is like, it tells you that two people are involved. Kweni means to be able to, so this is I am able. And then the is to literally to grab. So this literally means we can grab. So this is we can grab a coffee sometime, and I should have put coffee somewhere in the sentence here, but it's fine. So tachi sta iskake, iskake, yukti koniha. And then the last line here. So rakar means to sound, right? So to sound like it, you sound it, it sounds like you hear a sound. So we're going to repurpose that for here. So sounds great. And is a joiner, and quast means good. And the u is from earlier. I don't know where I saw this format somewhere, but some inanimate object. It sounds great. So yura karaquast. It sounds great. So hopefully this makes sense. I would like to go through this again to like actually spend more time because I have to go and do something now. But thank you all for watching. If you've been watching this up to this point, if you have any questions about this, be sure to leave those questions in the comments, and I will be leaving this video here in video view if you want to look at this. Oh wow, that was in Spanish the whole time. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a good day.